Hi, welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I'd request you to please click on the subscribe button before resuming with this video. For today's recipe, I'm going to take 200 grams of mushrooms. I'm going to remove the stems of these mushrooms and I'm then going to wash them and rinse them well, and I'm then going to cut them into smaller pieces. As you can see here, I've now cut the mushrooms and I've washed them well. I've then taken a pan and I've added 1.5 tablespoon of butter to it. Along with that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Here, instead of the butter and the olive oil, you could also use plain oil. Once the butter and the oil has become hot enough, I'm going to add 3 red chilies. Along with that, half teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera. And 4 cloves. Here I'm adding the cloves so that we ensure that there's just not a sweet taste in the dish, and also it becomes nice and spicy. For about 25 seconds to 30 seconds, I'm then going to add 2 medium-sized onions to it. I've been stirring this well now for about 3 minutes on medium flame, and as you can see, the onions are about to become soft and about to change its color. So at this point of time, I'm going to add 6 cut garlic cloves. I'm now going to stir this well for another minute. After frying it for another 1 minute and for a total of 4 minutes after adding the onions, I'm now going to add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. I know I've already added red chilies, but the reason I'm adding this red chili powder is that it mixes well with the onions. Along with that, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. I'm now going to mix these spices well with the onion. After mixing it well, I'm then going to add 1/4 teaspoon of pepper powder. And then mix this for another 20 to 30 seconds. After that, here I'm adding a tomato puree of 2 tomatoes. I'm then going to stir the tomato puree well with the onions. In the tomatoes, I'm then going to add the salt as per taste. I'm then going to mix this well and let it fry for just about 1 minute before I add the mushrooms. It's been 1 minute now. I'm now going to add the mushrooms to the mix. After adding the mushrooms, I should now be mixing this really well with the dish so that the blend of the spices gets mixed well with the mushrooms. After mixing it well, I've now let it cook for 1 minute. At this point of time, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of dry ginger powder. After mixing the dry ginger well with the dish, I'm now going to add 2 tablespoons of curd to it. Instead of curd, you could also add fresh cream as an alternative. After mixing the curd, along with the curd, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder. Also, another reason here you would have noticed why I've added a lot of red chili and red chili powder is that in this dish I'm not using any green chilies at all. After about cooking it for 2 minutes, I'm now going to add some crushed kasuri methi to it. And then stir it well. If you want the dish to be a curry, you can just add the ingredients which I'm going to tell from now on at this point of time and then switch off the flame. Or if you want it to be semi-dry, then you can continue to cook it. Let it cook for 3 minutes on medium flame. And as you can see here, it's become a semi-gravy now. So what you can do here is, you can now add some coriander leaves to it. And then you can switch off the flame and your dish is ready to be served. So, if you like this recipe, please do click on the subscribe button. It will help my channel grow. Thank you so much.